From the misty highlands where the Abba is born, to the distant waves of the Red Sea, shimmering on the horizon, Ethiopia's story unfolds between two waters, one that flows freely and one that remains just beyond reach. A tale of nature, history, and destiny intertwined. The two waters are symbols of the breadth of a nation.
Access to the sea is absolutely essential. It's almost an existential issue. So Ethiopia needs to have access to the sea. There are several potential avenues because, as we know, there are a number of possible ports that Ethiopia can use. Right now, it is more or less dependent on the port of Djibouti, which is not a healthy situation for a country. So, you can access the ports through treaties, which exists in a number of parts of the world where countries that are landlocked access ports that are not. Obviously, the country of the port would maintain sovereignty, but Ethiopia would have guaranteed rights of access to the port, of using its own customs, and that's there are a number of potential ports. There are a number of ways of doing that without reverting to any kind of hostilities. But the bottom line is that Ethiopia needs to have a guaranteed access to the sea.
Ethiopia, Africa's second most populous nation, the third largest economy in sub-Saharan Africa, and one of its fastest growing, rich in rivers, resources, and resilience, yet landlocked, only a few dozen kilometers from the Red Sea, denied access to the shores that once carried her story to the world.
Ethiopia contributes about 85% of the waters into the Nile. Egypt, which has claimed control 100%, contributes not one drop of water to the Nile. Yes, historically in the past, Egypt was much more powerful. Look at the current geopolitical realities and deal with that instead of trying to stand on past historical colonial documents which no longer reflect reality. My prayer every day is that Ethiopia will achieve its natural greatness, because it can do that as long as it gets over this rough period of internal dissension, and with national reconciliation, it can really be one of the leading countries in the world.